could talk about all the angles in the world in this case, but the fact of the matter is this right here. That girl passed you, you saw an opportunity, and you struck her in the back of the head with a baton. We got a lot to get into with this one.
Track and field relay race. One runner hit another in the head with a baton. Janae Norman here with the story. Good morning, Janae.
Hey, George, this is a crazy video that you have to see. It's unimaginable, unsportsmanlike conduct on the track. This morning, a high school track star is still recovering nearly a week after being hit on the head by another runner during a race.
Everybody has feelings. So you're physically hurt, but you're not thinking of my mental, right?
I'm just going to go ahead and say this, guys. This right here reminds me of that time, and I'm probably going to break it up again over the course of this video. This right reminds me of that time back in, like, when I was a kid. I'd watch WCW wrestling, WWE wrestling. Back was the WWF. I had to kind of stretch that out because I don't want to get sued. But the thing is this right here. It reminds me of Ric Flair, dressed up head to toe in all black, running up behind Hulk Hogan at the Clash of Champions and cracking him in the back of the leg with a lead pipe. That right there is what the hell this situation reminds me of. Now, guys, before we fully dig into this, I kind of started this video out with two separate news outlets, or splicing two separate news outlets. I'll go ahead and explain the reason why. Because Good Morning America chose to go with the victim's perspective, where it is that the local news outlet chose to go with the attacker's perspective. Now, these two girls are young, and I'm not doing this video right here to go after the girl who attacked the other girl at the track meet. I'm not doing this for that reason there. As a matter of fact, when you're young like this, if you do the right measures, which of course this girl is not doing at this moment in time, you can recover from this and quite frankly potentially fix your reputation. In sports, whatever, it doesn't matter. If you make a mistake young, you can move forward with that, and I want to go ahead and get that out of the way now. Think of this video more as a teaching moment. However, there is this whole discussion about somebody potentially playing the race card in front of the media, but we shall get to that over the course of this video. So what exactly is going on here? Well, you have a track meet. You have a bunch of young girls, age 16, 17, I think maybe even some 18-year-olds in the state of Virginia. And this girl here, as you guys are seeing in the B-roll footage. By the way, I'm playing it the B-roll footage, and I'm assuming that YouTube will not give me a community guideline strike or anything because, dude, I got the clips from YouTube, and it's been playing all day. It's been playing for the past couple of days, so I'm pretty sure if they did not get copyright strikes or get hit, I'm pretty sure that I will not get touched either. I know that's kind of a leap of faith at this moment in time, given the way YouTube has been acting recently, but yeah, I figure I'd take a chance on it. Still, the point is, you're at a track meet, girl's passing you, she gets around you, and you just whack her over the head with a baton. The victim in this case, she has got a concussion. Right now, the victim in this case has blocked the other girl on social media. She's not willing to accept an apology. All that type of stuff there. And, of course, the families have been on the news. The attacker's family on the local news. And, of course, the victim's parents on Good Morning America. Now, here's the thing I want to go ahead and establish before we fully dig into this. The local news outlet, if you pay attention to the language here, they go out of the way to make the attacker look like she's the victim. But I think I can explain why that is the case over the course of this video, and it's just a sad state of affairs that this right here is what the news outlets across America do, even on the local level. But we shall get to that. Now, guys, before we fully dig into this, two very, very quick things. Oh, actually, one very, very quick thing. My bad. Well, it's two very quick things. You guys know me. Number one, please make sure you guys are subscribed. Please, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. It's free. Just hit right down there and subscribe. Cut the notifications bell on. Also, something else, too. If you are subscribed, make sure the notifications bell are on, so that way you guys notify when the videos come out. And also something else too, make sure you guys please hit that like button for the algorithm, so that way it will stand a better chance of going up in the algorithm. Make sure it reaches a bigger audience. And also, to go on top of that there, please share the video as well. And let's go ahead and get into it. So the second thing I want to discuss, and I know I just said, let's go ahead and get into it, is that Candace Owens, Andrew Tate video, that will be out tomorrow. I meant to release it today, but things happen. But that video will be out tomorrow. Now let's go ahead and dive into this. So the situation is as stands. 17-year-old girls, track meet. One hits the other over the back of the head. At said track meet, girl who got hit is injured, and girl who is the one who attacked is looking to garner some form of sympathy. Now, this right here could be just good old-fashioned reacting to the situation, but given the time frame here, it seems to me like this whole entire interview has been dressed up to a certain extent. Now, How are we going to start this video out? Well, let's start this actually from the attacker's perspective.
Everybody has feelings. So you're physically hurt, but you're not thinking of my mental, right?
Alayla Everett is a decorated athlete and senior at IC Norcom High School. She would have never thought her trip to the Class 3 track and field state finals last Tuesday would take a drastic turn.
They're going off of one angle.
Alayla visibly emotional because of this video from the meet. This was a 4x200 meter relay race, and she and a Brookville High School athlete were rounding a curve on the track when they nearly collided with each other.
Okay, after a couple times hitting her my baton.
I know you're physically hurt, but you're not thinking about my mental. She's visibly hurt. She's visibly shaken. Maybe don't crack a fellow competitor over the back of the head with a baton. Seriously. She could have never dreamed that this would happen when she went to her track meet. Did you guys pick up on that? Now, instead of giving some additional filler at this moment in time, I'm going to wait till after the next segment because I want you guys to see exactly how our parents are responding and reacting to all this.
Got stuck behind her back like this, and it rolled up her back. I lost my balance, and when I pumped my arms again, she got hit.
It appears intentional, but Alayla says it was accidental.
But I know my intentions, and I would never hit somebody on purpose. I didn't have to see a first video, second video, 10 video. I know 100% that she won't do this to nobody.
Her parents outraged at the backlash. The IC Norcom relay team was disqualified, a ruling that a local USA track and field official finds questionable. He says a play-by-play look shows that the Brookville athlete was running closely to Alayla.
If a person comes up on the outside, they got to be a full stride ahead of me before they can cut in front of me.
Okay, now, real quick. The school system, the athletic board, they're taking their measures at this moment in time. I do want to say one more thing, too, as a guy who has played sports before. I'm not exactly okay with penalizing the entire team for that, mostly just her, but still at the same time, though, the girl should have definitely been coached a lot better. Meaning coached not to be dirty and not crack somebody over the back of the head while they're passing you. The girl passed you. Speed up. Now, look, I understand running sucks. I'm a prior service Marine. I had to do a lot of running in my life. Sometimes it's hard to speed up, but then again, though, these girls are trained to do so. Also, something else, too, rounding that curb, I could kind of see how it is that that girl was actually rounding, because rounding a curve can be kind of difficult. I ran track before. I wasn't very good at it, but rounding a curve, sometimes you can get a little bit off balance. Still, at the same time, though, that does not give you an excuse to crack a fellow competitor over the head with a baton, and it definitely does look pretty daggone intentional. There's a reason why it is I keep playing it in the B-roll footage for you guys, all right? But there's something else, too, and that right there, of course, is the father in this case. Now, apparently, and you guys are going to find this out in the next report, the father actually is the only one who has apologized so far. Now, granted, the girl who got nailed, she is not receiving an apology at this moment in time. She's probably been told not to, but then again, though, at the same time, though, when you find out that the other girl has blocked her on social media, there may be a reason for that is, and I don't want to have anything to do with you. Please do me a favor. Do not talk to me. I don't want you seeing my social media or anything like that. But we shall get to that a little bit later on in the video. Now, I do empathize with the girl's father to a certain degree. Now, I don't fully agree with what he was saying there, but then again, at the same time, though, I also already know that they have a certain narrative to go with. But I do empathize with him to a certain degree because he probably could never have imagined his daughter doing what she did. The mother, on the other hand, that right there is obviously coping. My baby could have never done that. I know good and well my baby, no. That's called putting on a face. That right there is called tears. That right there is called trying to garner some form of sympathy. But let's watch the next part.
Family spoke with the news station in Roanoke asking for an apology from Alayla, something she wants to give, but she says the other athlete hasn't been receptive, blocking her on social media, and instead the Everett family was served with court papers.
And now we have to go to a city 3 hours away that everybody hates our guts already.
They're assuming my character, calling me ghetto, racist slurs, death threats, all of this just because of a 9-second video.
VHSL says they are still reviewing the situation, and Portsmouth Public Schools says they will support whatever ruling comes from the league. Markeisha Jackson, 10 on your side.
Now, the part about social media, I'll address that there probably towards the end of the video because, yeah, it's always going to come right back to social media. So I'll get to this playing the victim and everybody calling me ghetto and all that crap there. I'll get to that towards the end, but let me get back on track. I'll discuss what the girl said at the very end in a second, but the father saying, look, we got to go to this city. We got to drive 3 hours to this city where people already hate our guts. Look, I empathize with you, man. I actually feel bad for you. Your child did something you probably did not think they were going to do, but the fact of the matter is that you got to kind of face the music too. I mean, I'm just simply saying, dude, you raised this girl, and I get it. She did what she did, but still at the same time, and you probably said, look, I was never physically there to actually do it, and I've already apologized. But, bro, she cracked another girl over the head. The girl's actually been injured. Chances are they're not just going to say, hey, look, man, I'm sorry. I apologize. Hey, man, no problem. No big deal. Your daughter beat the little shit out of my child. So, hey, man, no problem. Oh, by the way, we got to take her to the hospital. She's got a concussion. She's got to stay up all night for the next 48 hours or else she could die. I mean, it doesn't seem to me like, yeah, I empathize with your situation, man, but still at the same time, your daughter cracked another girl over her head. And she did it while the girl passed her. Meaning that your daughter was already falling behind because guess what? She obviously was out of shape and she couldn't finish the race in first place. Meaning that she straight up got outdone and she knew she was getting outdone, so she figured she would pull a nature boy Ric Flair and hit her over the head with a lead pipe. She would just straight up, man, look, this girl here, like, I remember back in like I was 9 years old. I remember Hulk Hogan, I don't lie to you. WCW, Clash of Champions, September 1994. I was 9 years old, no lie. There was a man dressed up in black, head to toe. Hulk Hogan's out there doing a promo, and he comes out there with a pipe, and he just whacked him right in the back of the leg. Just knocked Hulk Hogan off his ass. Hulk Hogan went to the ring that night and lost to Ric Flair. Now, I actually take it back. I take it back. He won by disqualification. Because the belt couldn't change hands. But that's basically what the hell happened here. Like good old Ric Flair pulling a brass knucks out of his tights and just cracking her right in the head. That's pretty much what the hell happened here, man. I mean, dude, it ain't professional wrestling. This is track, all right? This ain't the WWE, all right? But now that I've said that, let's go ahead and get to the other side of the coin.
Junior Kaylin Tucker was running the second leg of the 4x200 relay in the Virginia State High School League Championships when the shocking incident happened.
That's when she hit me with the baton.
Watch again as you see the two sprinters running side by side as they round the corner with Kaylin on the outside, Kaylin's mother cheering her on. Just as Kaylin is passing the other runner, the athlete swings her baton, striking Kaylin.
On my head, and then I fell off the track immediately.
Kaylin dropping her baton and reaching for her head.
The whole Coliseum pretty much gasped. I just jumped up out of the bleachers immediately and ran to her on the main floor.
The 16-year-old was later diagnosed with a concussion. The family says neither the athlete who struck Kaylin nor the other team's coaches checked on Kaylin or reached out afterwards.
To see that they kept running and she not stop and check on my daughter, that was the part where I was like, it couldn't have been an accident.
Now, real quick, I will say this right here. This right here could be the reason why the whole team was suspended. I think I said earlier that I would not have suspended the whole team, and I probably still would not have. But still at the same time, though, nobody checked on, which of course they probably were not because the competition was obviously still going on. But still, though, obviously as the mother of the girl who got struck in the back of the head, then obviously you can kind of empathize with that mother and in a lot of ways even sympathize with her as well. The thing is this right here, as I mentioned earlier, this ain't professional wrestling. You don't just crack somebody over the back of the head because you're losing. That right there is what the hell it looks like to me. And also something else too, I cannot blame the girl, the 16-year-old girl, for not accepting the apology. You need to wait till everything's kind of been formalized. And to go on top of that there, it's really hard to forgive somebody once they've busted you in the back of the head or the top of the head and practically cracked your skull. Concussions, they really and truly are not a joke. There's a reason why it is that the NFL has got a protocol that if a player just simply bumps his head the wrong way, they got to come out of the game. There's a reason why it is CTE is a big issue. There's a reason why it is that I don't need to go any further on that there, but head injuries are pretty daggone bad. They affect your vision, they affect your speech, they can affect your movement. I mean, holy shit. Dude, head injuries, like I said before, they ain't a joke. But let's get to what her father had to say.
Who attends IC Norcom High School has not been named. Kaylin's parents say Norcom's athletic director and the girl's father apologized in a phone call, but they're still waiting for the opposing athlete and her coaches to reach out.
We definitely want the coaches and a personal apology from the actual athlete as well, because it's only, it's only right.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So you want an apology from the personal from the other athlete, but yet the other athlete claims that your daughter has blocked her. You think maybe it's possible that the attacker is lying about the other girl blocking her? I mean, it just looks that way to me. But will this girl be able to get back to school? How long has she been out of school for? And how will that potentially affect her collegiate prospects? Talking about the girl who got attacked, not the attacker.
The Virginia High School League saying in a statement, "We thoroughly review every instance like this," adding, "The VHSL membership has always made it a priority to provide student athletes with a safe environment for competition."
Meanwhile, Kaylin's parents say that they're still waiting to see what disciplinary actions will be taken against the other athlete before deciding their next steps. In the meantime, guys, because Kaylin's been recovering for a week, they're hoping that she can finally return to school today.
Oh, I hope
because
so
she's been
too.
out recovering.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We're glad she's okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, real quick, that last bit there about the athletic department, athletic commission not doing anything right at this moment in time, or basically giving a lackluster statement and everything, that's to be expected. However, I did say I would mention the social media component here towards the end. My thinking is that the girl who is playing I was about to say ghetto, but the girl is playing victim, talking about what was said on her social media, people calling her ghetto and all that type of stuff there. A lot of people were out here talking about she was crying racism and stuff like that, and my immediate thinking was that, look, it was two black girls that were obviously involved in this. I don't really see a racial component. However, I do see a component where people might would look at this and say, this right here is just straight ghetto. This is just straight hood. This right here is just some straight hood rag crap. This right here is just straight trash. So I could see that there. If you want to argue the racial dynamics, go right ahead in the comment section. I'm pretty sure we'll have fun with that. But still, though, I get the impression that what the hell happened here is that mama is in denial. Daddy, of course, talking about the attacker, he is basically just going through the motions. He ain't liking it, and he probably is not liking it because he knows deep down inside that the other girl has not blocked her on social media. I mean, they live literally 3 hours away. They live 3 hours away, okay? Now, I understand that you can have Facebook friends from like miles away, Facebook friends from different states. I have Facebook friends from different states, but there's a thing about that. I knew them because I served with them in the Marine Corps, okay? Also, to go on top of that, you can have family that lives in other states. But if these two were family, then I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have blocked one another. Or I'm pretty sure that, I'm just basically saying it seems to me like maybe this victim playing that the attacker has been doing is not exactly looking too good, because I think that their story is starting to fall apart pretty daggone quick. It's starting to fall apart like a cheap suit. I mean, you're telling me that the other girl, the girl who got attacked, just blocked you on social media, but yet the father is over here saying we would like to get an apology from you and the other coaches. We haven't gotten that. Just the athletic director and the father did that. Seems to me like the father is getting played here, the father of the attacker. Seems to me like he's the one who's going through the motions, the only one who's got a heart here. Meanwhile, everybody else is yanking in one of those chains. That's just what I'm getting here. And also, to go on top of that, my man's daughter is over here playing the victim, crying about it, talking about her mental health. Meanwhile, the other girl probably had to spend a day or so in the hospital. She's probably as you guys obviously caught there, had to miss some school, and obviously she's got to catch up on homework, stuff like that there, especially going into her senior year where she's probably trying to get into a college. It seems to me like the attacker in this case, not only did she attack this girl, break her head, not only did she do this girl wrong, but she also could have possibly stunted this girl's ability to potentially get into college. I mean, 6 days out of school, that's a lot of work to catch up on. Not only did you wreck this girl physically, probably mentally, because she's probably going to have some trauma from this, but you also at the exact same time decided to wreck this girl's potential collegiate prospects. But yet, we got local media outlets siding with you, the attacker, and you want to come out here and play the victim. Now, guys, I did say earlier in the video that I do think that these, or at least the girl who attacked the other girl, she can recover from this if she does the right thing. What she should have done in this situation was she just came out and said, look, I hit this girl. I got frustrated. I was losing. I knocked her over the head. That right there is what the hell I did. I am so very, very sorry. And she should have apologized to her that day at the track meet. I mean, the coaches and whatnot, they should have done so as well. And of course, it seems to me like the daddy of the attacker is kind of sitting back and saying, I'm waiting for a formal apology from you guys as well. And by the way, that apology doesn't need to just be an apology on social media. It needs to be in person. Like, you need to actually apologize to him. As a matter of fact, when the father of the girl who attacked this girl goes to Roanoke, not only does the mother need to go, but the coaches need to go too, and they all need to line up and apologize to this man, his family, and his daughter in particular, and also at the exact same time buy them some food and pay whatever retribution is coming along with it. Still, though, at the same time, though, as you guys can obviously see, our media, even the local media, they know no bounds. They have no ethics in this situation, and will always try to make even the worst of people, which of course this girl's not one of the worst of people, but you guys can kind of see that they will do everything they can to make the attacker into the victim. It's like the line in that movie Copland. These men cross the bridge every day and go into a city where everything is upside down. I mean, where the cop is the criminal and the perp is the victim. That right there is basically what the hell is going on here. But you guys tell what you think in the comment section. I would love to hear what you guys have got to say. Make sure you guys please hit the like button, subscribe, share the video, sign off in the comments, and I'll see you guys later.